What's going on, world? And welcome back to the Pursuit of the Good Life podcast, where we talk about how to enhance your careers and enhance those relationships. I am your host, the Cameron Lovelace, she's back home, y'all, joined as always by Dr. Sarah Lee Benson. Sarah, what's going on after being on the road for 17 billion hours?
Felt like it. So like Cam said, hey y'all, how's everybody doing? I am back home in Mississippi. I have been in quarantine in Dallas for the past month. Um, I'm a little delirious a little bit because you know how when you're driving, and I don't know if that's for other people. So I'm one of those type of people. If I drink coffee, I need to drink it in the morning because if I drink it midday, it keeps me like up. But when you're driving, it's like I crash, like I peak and then crash real quickly because I've been on the road. I don't know what that type of thing is. That might happen to other people as well. So I had some coffee, and I really didn't need it. I think it's a habit. So like, you know how you get into habits of doing certain things. So if you're like somebody who travels a lot, you probably have a habit like, hey, I'm gonna get this type of or I'm gonna get this type of thing. Or is that just me? Is that just me that do that?
No,
so like
I'm sure.
I'm sure other people. So another one of my habits, traveling habits. When I travel, I like to get gas at Love truck stops. And the reason why, because I normally travel a lot through driving, the Love's gas lasts a very long time. Like it lasts longer, in my opinion. And my tank. So like my tank has the thing on me how many miles I got. Like I can get gas at Walmart. It'll say on full is like 480. If I go to the Love's and it's like 568, like miles. So I always go to Love. I always get coffee. I got coffee today. I probably didn't need the coffee today, but I got it anyway, even though I wasn't sleepy. So yeah, but I'm back home, and it rained the whole time.
The whole time.
The whole time. Yeah, so it's been pretty eventful. Yeah, but I'm good though. I'm here. I made it safely, so that's a blessing.
That's always a blessing.
Like, it's always a blessing, especially when you're traveling, especially during this pandemic. It was a blessing to be able to get here. So yeah.
Gotcha. So question: Did you just hear my dog walk by? Can you hear my dog walking? Okay, good. I just want to make sure because she is walking all over the place. Need to sit down somewhere.
I love your dog. She's adorable.
My dog is annoying. But if obviously you guys can tell, I am in my kitchen right now because Sparkle is doing a FaceTime makeup party with her line sisters for whatever.
I love it. Yes.
Anyway. So yeah, that's why I'm in the kitchen. And we kind of waited to the last minute to get this episode out. But nevertheless, here we are. But first of all, I got a bone to pick with Miss Sarah Lee over here. Because am I tripping or not? Or don't you hate when you have a show that you watch consistently, but maybe you didn't get to watch it when it came out or when it premiered. And then the people that did premiere it and watched it, they decide that they want to post on social media. Everybody knows that you need at least 12 hours before you comment on a particular show or say something. So for those of y'all who do not have Hulu, there's this show called Little Fires with Kerry Washington. If you got Hulu, recommend you should check it out.
Yes.
It was one of those hookups where Hulu basically released the episode, like one episode a week type situation. So the episode comes out, season finale comes out. But here's the thing, Dr. Benson and Kenneth Loggins, if that's your real name, always choose to post or comment something about the most recent episode about, oh, I can't believe Kerry Washington is actually a man, or something similar like that. I can't believe Alina did this. I can't believe, just all the spoiled. Might as well just, when you see their name, just read spoiler alert.
I'm sorry.
She just gonna post. So, needless to say, my wife has been getting upset at Dr. Benson because she wakes up, scroll, sees Sarah's name. Oh, let's see what Sarah posting. Oh, man, babe, I'm so mad at Sarah.
I'm sorry.
So, luckily this week, when we see Sarah's name, we just scroll
past me. Thank y'all. Well, I will say this in my defense. I didn't know that there was that rule that you have to wait 12 hours. So I'm sorry, y'all, to the people who follow me.
It's undiscussed, unspoken, but still, it's the principality of the matter.
I'm sorry. Well, I mean, it's so. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just gonna apologize. It's just so good, and it's like, you know how you see something really good, and like in that moment, it's like you just want to say something. And you're like, oh wow, man. And so last night, I didn't necessarily spoil it in my status, but somebody like commented, and we were having a conversation, and I didn't know people read the comments, so they kind of like
people always read the comments. Sarah,
I am sorry. I apologize to the people. I apologize, y'all, if I kind of ruined that for everybody. My bad, our bad. We're gonna take this L this time. We sorry, y'all.
You didn't take an L because you remember the Masked Singer. You spoiled the whatever was Lil Wayne. The robot was Lil Wayne.
Oh, I did too.
Yes, that was the.
But you know what? That was when it came. That was the actual episode. Like it was at nighttime though. I didn't know that like that was like, so I could understand last night.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 12 o'clock when the episode, people be asleep, but they came on like at night, and like that's like a normal time when people watch it. That's a normal time when people watch it. I'm just gonna stop commenting on shows, y'all. I'm gonna wait till I'm wait 24 hours and then post my comments on TV shows.
Or just text your best friend. Text Ken. Since y'all away from each other now, y'all can have a whole conversation about it now.
I'm actually a part of a text group about Little Fires, and it's so funny because normally I do watch at night, and so I'll text like, "Hey y'all, like I cannot wait for y'all to watch this." And so today, like because we talk so much, people were like, "Hey, I'm not watching this evening," or like, "Hey, I'm not watching this evening." So we're like, "Okay, we'll just wait till tomorrow to like talk about it." So I have not talked about it with my text group. So yeah, because we talk a lot. So yeah, my bad, y'all. My bad. I did not mean to do that, guys. And I'll just find, I gotta find a new TV show. So give me some suggestions for a new TV show.
Let me tell you something. No. I have a TV show for you. Luckily, we've already watched it. So
which one?
Good. On Netflix. So first of all, for those of y'all who do not know my wife, Sparkle, she is the type of person, as soon as you open Netflix and something like a trailer plays, she's like, ooh, let me add that to my list.
Yeah.
Ooh, that looks interesting. Let me check this out. Let me do this. Let me do that. So she got like 70 things on her list right now, like pending watch. And so obviously Netflix, being the marketers that they are, they release new things every week, obviously.
Yes, they do. Shout out to Netflix, though.
So she has watched Love is Blind, of course. Like
I watched that one. I was late to the game with that one. I was real late.
You were. But she also, before that, she watched this, also a dating show called The Circle, which was, so it's similar. It was similar to Love is Blind, but it was basically kind of like a friend, like social media thing. And none of them could like see each other at all, only by their like avatars or whatever the case may be. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Similar types hookup, but less dating emphasis, right? But so because obviously our Netflix algorithm, blah, 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 there's this show called Too Hot to Handle.
Okay. I saw something about that the other day.
This is a dating show, kind of, sort of, not really. But here's why. The premise of the show is these people all show up to this place. Obviously, they didn't say where the place, if it's Cancun, but they don't say where it's at. But they show up to this place at this resort, and it's a retreat.
Okay.
But here's the premise. All of them, every single guest, has had trouble maintaining a meaningful relationship
Okay.
and live a very promiscuous lifestyle. From the girls to the boys, and these people from the UK, these people from like Canada, people from Georgia, somebody from New Jersey, somebody from I can't remember where the girl's from, but they from all over the place, and they come to this retreat. But they've all had like very promiscuous relationships, meaningful, blah blah blah. The rule is they cannot have sex,
Okay.
or kiss, or release themselves.
So no physical contact.
No physical contact outside of maybe hugging, cuddling, maybe kisses on the cheek, but no tongue kissing, no sexual act, or self gratification.
Okay.
And the winner, basically, there's a prize at the end of $100,000. And for every kiss, every sexual act, everything that they do, there's cameras everywhere, so you can't hide nothing. You lose money per thing.
Per thing.
Per thing. So you make out with somebody, $3,000.
Oh wow!
Taken away from the pot, off the top.
That sounds a very interesting show. Like, what is your like takeaway from like a few of the episodes? Like, how many episodes have y'all watched?
So no, we finished it. It's eight. I think it's 8 episodes, 8 or 9 episodes. I feel like it's 8-hour-long episodes. Takeaways from that particular show is people are crazy.
Did anybody win the money?
That's what I'm saying.
Anybody
I won't give it away. But I'll say this. I actually enjoyed this one because, normally it's like it's a whole bunch of like white people that are crazy that end up on this show. Because, to like be on shows like this, you got to like be some level of reality TV crazy.
Yeah.
But the black people that were on it actually like made sense. And it wasn't just like one token black guy, one token black girl. It was like multiple black people. And they actually like had some sense about them. But then of course there are some characters that are like, bro, something's wrong with you.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I've never heard of a show like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd highly recommend giving that. It definitely gives you some food for thought in this sex craze culture, how people can end up that way because it is a retreat, and the point of it is really to get to a place where you learn how to connect with somebody besides sex and physical contact. Yeah. So they have activities that they do to let your guard down and stuff like that. And so, for example, this one guy, he had a very bad breakup where his ex cheated on him with his best friend. I want to say one best friend, but I feel like it might have been multiple best friends. Oh. But like that, for example, like destroyed him on the inside. So hurt people. Of course. Just gonna go out, have sex with anybody, no strings attached, no meaningful relationships, so on and so forth. So things like that made it like, okay, this is interesting, especially to me as a therapist. Yeah. And so it actually wasn't like stupid like some of these other shows that she'd be watching. I'd be like, what in the hell are you watching? Yeah. So, but Too Hot to Handle on Netflix. Okay. I feel like it should be trending, so it'll probably be on social media. And I feel like social media will catch up in about a week or two before it's just all over the place. So
I think so too.
10-minute limit.
Uh-oh.
How was it? Okay.
I think so too. So like I saw it and I've been seeing like little bitty things about it, but I didn't know like what it was about. I'm always sort of kind of late to the game when it comes to TV shows. It's very rare to like be keeping up with little fires with something. like it's like I'm hit or miss when it comes to like keeping up with like the trends and stuff. Like it took me a while to get on to This Is Us, for example. Like I think I didn't catch on This Is Us until like second season, you know? And then like I had to like spend like a whole like week watching Hulu, like trying to catch up, or even with like older shows.
Mm-hmm.
It took a while. You know, I had decided over Christmas to like start TV shows. Yeah, I have gotten nowhere with the whole Grey's Anatomy thing. I think I maybe watched like 4 episodes, and I'm like, okay. I tried All American. I've only gotten like 2 episodes in. I'm seeing people still post about it, so I'm still trying to stick it out with that one. I think we've more so been on movies. So I will say this. There is a series, a documentary. I'm going to have to ask Ken if it's on Showtime or HBO. But it looks into the way in which our lives are influenced by the internet and just data and just all these different things. It's, man, when I tell you, me and Ken were just kind of sitting there.
Black Mirror?
It's not Black Mirror. It's called something else. I don't know if it's Black Mirror. But this one is like real people. And it has different, like each episode something different. So like one of the episodes was about just the ways in which people use the internet to connect as far as relationships. And so like there was a girl on there who talked about how her boyfriend, her ex, did revenge porn on her. And so like he took her nudes, and like she was like within like hours her news was shared over to like 200 something websites. Like it was crazy. But there's this interesting piece about men in Japan. So apparently there's this game. It's a dating game, and men have these girlfriends, but they're avatars. Like they're not real people.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that?
I've seen something along those lines. I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen that particular cultural norm.
It's really weird, but it was like, it's to the point to where like these men, I think they said like 37% of the men have relationships with this game, to the point to where like they won't even talk to like real live breathing women. But they have like one dude married his game. And these are not people playing the game. These are just avatars, like cartoons. But it's just really interesting the ways in which, you know, we're using data and connecting. So that's really good documentary for people that are into that stuff. Oh, and McMillions. Have you seen McMillions yet?
No.
So it's on Hulu. And it's on HBO Go. Do you remember the Monopoly game back in the day with McDonald's? So, you know, it started back in the 80s?
Yes.
Well, from about its start till about 97, all of the winners were connected. It was a scam. Like one of the biggest scams ever. And all of them were connected. And it was crazy. I'm not going to explain how, but all the winners were connected. It's really good. It's a really good documentary on how, because you spend all the time trying to figure out how are these people getting these winning pieces, because these people are winning like millions of dollars, like $1 million, winning cars. But all of the people who won were all connected. And it was like a really big scam.
Interesting.
It's very good. But that's not, I'll leave it at that because I don't want to spoil it.
Okay. That's fair enough.
I don't want to spoil it, but it's really good for people that like documentaries.
No, I got you. And I know you're a big documentary buff, especially when it comes to how do I best put this? Out there documentaries that have to do with children, warlords, narcos, cartel.
Yeah. I love documentaries.
You like violence. Yeah. I noticed violence.
I don't necessarily say violence. I like documentaries. So I like documentaries, and I also like biopics. Is that the word I'm trying to say?
Biopic, yeah.
Yeah, I like those type of movies. I just like to see how people get to where they are in the world. You know, like I told you, I was watching the one about Queen the other day, and I was like, wow, this is like really good. I've seen all the Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson documentaries on like Hulu and like Netflix and stuff. Because I just like to know things. I don't know. I'm nosy. I just like to see how the people grow up in the world.
I gotcha.
How they become who they are. So yeah, those are some good movies out there.
I agree. But you know it's interesting, and I kind of feel like this kind of says a little bit about our society. I don't know if it's the way it is or the way that it's headed, but it's just that when we see how we make relationships and how we go about building the relationship, how it starts kind of from an online kind of place, and it kind of just goes from there. And so we seek to be in a relationship with somebody, but we don't really, it starts from kind of making a connection through the virtual world instead of face to face. And then when we get face to face, you find out this person isn't who I thought they were, because you know I'm seeing the best angles of the person. I'm seeing what I want you to see, and then when I meet you in person, I'm seeing you in a literal different light.
You, yeah. I mean, that happened to me. You know, I was in a relationship with a guy who, this was years ago, my ex, on social media, he portrayed his life one way, and he had a really big following. Like he was Instagram famous in a sense, like really big following. I actually followed his page like probably maybe a year before we actually started like talking to each other. And one of my friends actually sent me his page. She's like, "Oh my God, look at this guy." Da, 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 da. And so, because he used to post these, you know, those people that post like those inspirational messages or those dear wife messages type of stuff. Yeah, I have a theory about them folks. I have a theory about them people. I do. I have a theory about them people. I have a theory about them folks.
What's the theory? Hold on, wait. We might have to, because we'll probably have to restart this call because I see that our time is counting down. Yeah. Ooh wee. What was you saying about this person?
Anyway, my ex, he portrayed the life he portrayed online was not the life he actually lived. And so, and it just made me, like you said something, I feel like online and virtually, we have the ability to kind of portray what we want to portray. And so you can be anybody online, right? If you want to be somebody who comes off as smooth and debonair and like the CEO of a company, you can do that. When in real life, I don't know, you pick up dirt for a living, you know, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. But that's how he was. And so based off of our online experience, I was expecting a certain type of person when we met in person, and that wasn't it. His life was the exact opposite. And it just really showed me that like who people say that they are online may not necessarily be them. It's a portrayal of what you want to portray. It's a highlight reel. And sometimes it's a fake highlight reel. Because one of the things, and I can give you an example, he always used to post himself in suits, right? Like suits, and he would post like these cars and these houses, like these future things. And it never dawned on me, he never talked about work. Never talked about work. But he was posting himself in suits. And so he gave this portrayal that he was out here working and, you know, a businessman. That's an example of
that. So what's your theory now?
So this is my theory. So there are people who post the real long Dear Future Wife posts where they just mapping out all these things in the world that they want to do. I believe that those people, they aren't looking for actual spouse. Like they do that for the likes and the attention. The reason why I have this theory is my ex used to do that like all the time. Like he would post these long posts about just all these things he wanted to do and just all these love notes and things. But in real life, it's like it wasn't it wasn't connecting. Like, he was not romantic. He was not this caring person. He was none of that, right? And I've heard from other people of just like people that they've met who would do the same thing. And it was pretty much the same response. It's like, you do that because you want the attention from that, right? Because of course your comments are going to be full of women, it's going to be full of people, your DMs going to be jumping, but you're not actually really looking for a person to do that for. You're doing it to get the attention and the likes.
That's so you're saying they're doing it for clout?
Yes, I believe many of them are doing it for clout. I think some of them are doing it for clout. Just because I think that we've gotten to this place where we are so, like, it's to the point to where, like, even the way our brains are structured, we're so consumed with social media. We're so consumed with likes, right? Because we equate likes to people actually liking us. And then we kind of equate that to like our self-worth, because the theory on self-worth and competence is every person in the world wants to feel like they are a good and competent person. Like, every person wants to feel that, right? And so we do things to protect our self-worth. Sometimes that's self-sabotaging. So an example of that is a big test. You may not know the information. Instead of like trying or studying, you will procrastinate. Or and by procrastinating, you'll say, well, and if you get a bad grade, you'll say, well, I didn't study like I should have, right? You don't really try. And so I think that men and some women, they do these posts because they want these likes, because they want to feel like they want to feel like, I'm this type of person, yada, yada, yada. But when it comes down to actually doing it, actually being the person, it wasn't clicking.
I think it's because they want to be comfortable and they want to feel good. So, the people that struggle with that. So, for example, let's say, and I hate to sound like an old timer, but social media and, being on the internet, for lack of better words, being on the internet all day, every day, that's what you do because that's what's comfortable. You don't like doing chores. You don't like doing homework. You don't like going to work, but that's comfortable. And so I think a part of this comes from a place where we've become accustomed to being on social media and it's comfortable. And because it takes a little effort to be on social media and scroll all day, to double tap, to comment. That's what's fun to us, and that's what's comfortable. But the reality is, you're spending all that time on social media, you're spending all this time consuming, but you're not spending enough time producing. And so because you're not spending enough time producing, you're not, like, hard work, it's sickening to you. Like, it's hard for you. So when you start doing stuff that is uncomfortable, whether that is doing your homework or, making your bed or, doing something productive, that feels abnormal to you because you've been in this phone, like, consuming all this content. You've been watching Netflix from start to finish all that. You're doing what feels good and what's comfortable. So all this, you're having really an adverse effect to what's normal. And so when diving into, your boy just liked the attention. Your boy liked the clout. The boy liked the women jumping up, popping, but not the idea of actually entertaining, one woman, actually going to work, so on and so forth. Sarah, you still there?
I'm still here. You can't see me?
No, my screen with my recording, all that. But your boy, he just wanted what felt good, not what took to get an actual relationship where you actually putting up what you're doing. But I'm going to put this image forth because I'm actually not comfortable with myself. Yeah. Because I spent so much time over here, I don't have what it actually is that I'm trying to aspire to be.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. The boy has some good talk game, because to the point to where he actually had a cyber stalker who stalked me too with being he was dating. Like, he was so good at this talk game and being on the phone and this image that there was this girl, and I think she was a little, she had to be a little mental herself, but she was convinced that he and her were going to be together, that he was supposed to come. And mind you, they never met in person. Never met in person, because she lived in Detroit. He lived at the time in Virginia. But she swore up and down that everything he was doing with me, because he came and visited me, so everything that he was doing, him being here, his post, that was supposed to be her. And that he only picked girls that look like her, and that he's always going to be with her, and that he's supposed to be hers. Like this girl would create pages to stalk him and stalk me too. Even to the point when me and him broke up, she created a fake page and asked me why. I was like, I didn't even respond. Because mind you, that was like a year after my so like I ended up having a conversation with this girl when she first like came on the scene. And then she would randomly, like a few months would go by, and she would send me some cryptic message on Facebook like, I'm watching. Like she would do that. Like she would do that. So when me and him broke up, she like created a fake page and messaged me and was like, why did y'all break up? He won't respond to me. So what's wrong with this girl? Like she never met him. She did not know what I knew about him. She was convinced that get married, that they were going to live this lifestyle, and that he was supposed to come see her.
And this is where social media plays a really truth in this message, and that compares. The thief of joy is comparison.
Oh my goodness.
Because we are sitting here comparing what everybody else's grass looks like, what everybody else's suits look like, what everybody else's relationship looks like, what everybody else's breasts and butts and all these stuff looks like, and we're comparing them to what we have here, and we fail to realize that's just the angle. That's fabricated. That is not factual. This is not their life 100% of the time. The real truth is they took this picture in 5 minutes and then let out their gut and then took their wig off and then chilled at home
makeup,
and watched Little Fires just like you.
Right.
But I will say that, again, this is my old timer voice talking, that social media has played a part in that factor and into how we dating. And I mean, for example, this one of the girls on the show that I was talking about, Too Hot to Handle, she talked about, how, I just make money off of social media. I'm a social media influencer. I'm a social media poster. I was like, I'm curious. Let me go to her page. Guess what her page is? All of her in swimsuits, showing off, letting it all show. No wonder you ain't had no long-lasting relationship, because only thing you showing is your body. You ain't showing no personality. You ain't showing no behind the scenes. You ain't showing you out on town. You ain't showing you with friends. It's just, I got these breasts. Yeah. I got these Kylie Jenner lips.
Yep.
Where she looked. Maybe you tell me what you think, Sarah, when you start watching it. I personally think, Sparkle said, I don't think so. I think she got the Kylie Jenner lip job done.
The fillers probably, so I'm pretty sure.
I feel like she did, but she white. She from Canada. She from Canada.
She probably did. Like that's like a thing, and I think it's so weird. Of all the trends in the world, the lip trend is weird to me. It's weird to me.
I mean, but Sarah, you got to consider though, we're Black. We actually have lips.
I know. But what I'm saying, it's weird to me. So for years and years and years, like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, having full lips was like frowned upon. Like that was seen as like that wasn't beautiful. You know what I mean? And then you get
the public said it wasn't beautiful.
Right. The public said it was
beautiful. But the full lips, hips, and fingertips was good enough for master. In the slavery times, which is why they had all these light-skinned slaves. Let's be real.
That's true.
It's always been popular, Sarah.
Right, but what I'm saying is like public and like what like the American or the European standard of beauty. It wasn't the lips, right? Mm-hmm. It was thin everything, thin lips, thin hair, thin legs, thin body. Mm-hmm. Like especially in the 80s. And then it's like you get Angelina Jolie, okay. Hers are natural. I give her hers.
Correct.
But then all of a sudden you get Kylie Jenner coming out with her little face done, or the Kardashians coming out with their face. Now all of a sudden you got like and it's getting crazy. Like I've seen girls' lips like they look like ducks, like literal ducks. And I'm like, why? Like why would you do that to your face? Like why would you like literally look like a duck? Like permanent like duck face.
Because they don't love themselves, Sarah. Because they spent half of their life, or a large portion of it anyway. Because when Facebook came out? Facebook came out when
like 06.
06.
06, yeah.
So that's 14 years of consuming and comparing and looking at other people as they post their highlights and stuff like that, and you're sitting here comparing, and you're too busy not living your own life and not building your own confidence and looking at how great your life and how your skin looks and how your circumstances look, how your boyfriend, how your girlfriend, how your best friends, how your family. You're too busy comparing, and so that of course adversely creates the low self-confidence. It just does. It's unfortunate. But to your point, the European standard, oh yeah, it's a lie. And it's proof just by the fact of how slavery, because how do you go from that to this? And it's just because they want to psychologically hold us. And even now in social media, they want to psychologically hold you. They want to keep you on, these social media sites forever. That's why there's algorithms. That's why there's things to put the things that you engage with, put what you love and like and comment on in front of you, so to keep you stranglehold to that chain. So if you're hearing this and you recognize, okay, dang, I do spend about 7 hours on social media, and dang, I do always find just what I'm looking for without even looking for it on Facebook, because every time I scroll to the watch tab, I'm scrolling to get to my notifications. I stop on the watch tab because then this video pops in, then another video, and then another video. Yep. It's a rhyme and reason to it, people. It's a rhyme and reason to it. So if you recognize that, I do challenge you to really see what's like behind it. Because these social media sites aren't going to stop. They're going to keep going. They have a vested interest, and they want you to be on the site for as long as possible. I was actually doing some research, and do you know that Facebook specifically changed like their programming to where they will throttle or not put as much traction on things and posts that say like, share, subscribe, or links, when you add a link that will take them off the site, because Facebook wants you to stay on Facebook. So if you put a link on there and it's not already getting a lot of traction, they're less likely to put that in front of people.
That's crazy.
Because it takes you off.
That makes sense, because I recently saw those. You know how you can in on Google or look at something somewhere else and then get it on Facebook, and what you was looking at, they're like similar things.
Yep.
I always wondered how they were able to do that. And I saw a post where it was like, apparently there's a section where they track your off Facebook activity. Yep. And that's, they want to keep you on there, because if they see what you're doing off Facebook, they just go keep it on Facebook. I went in and I cleared that and turned that off.
Mine too. I saw that same post and I deleted mine.
Yeah. I cleared that and turned that off because, and I can give you one thing specifically. I saw this device, this face device on Instagram. Clicked on it because it's like, oh, that's interesting. Didn't think nothing of it. Get on Facebook maybe a few hours later, and literally like every other post was that device.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how did they do that? And so I went and turned and cleared it off because they just want to keep me on Facebook.
Yeah, but you got to realize Instagram
does the same thing.
It's owned by Facebook, so they're going to be connected.
No matter. So, but yeah, no, I didn't know that about the links though. I think that's really crazy. I mean, it makes sense because they want to keep you on there, which is why
it makes sense.
I'm a big advocate for social media breaks. I used to take them all the time just because I felt like anytime I felt like I was getting too consumed with it, and like you can feel yourself. And by that I mean, if it becomes one of those things where it's like one of the first things you check in the morning, I'm like, okay, like you need to chill out, like. And so I would take them periodically all the time. And so I'm actually going to be taking one. I think I'm going to do one for the month of May, and what I normally do. Why are you laughing?
You need one because you've been going ham. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I've been going ham, right? And see, that's what I'm saying. I'm about to get ready to do one. Well, one, because with the lockdown, it's been a lot of things, and we have a lot of stuff that we're having to promote for my job. So a lot of the stuff has been more educational side. But I am doing a social media break, and when I say I break, I deactivate my Facebook. I try to deactivate my Instagram. Now, the one thing I will say that I don't think people use Snapchat anymore. They're more so on like Twitter or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. But I really and truly, I break from social media. But I have been going ham, so like, yeah, I'm gonna be breaking. But I think it's good to take a break from it. It just kind of gives your brain a chance to like rewire itself in a sense, right? You don't become so consumed on what did this person say or what are these people doing or
right.
And it's not that so like I think like you said, we get comfortable because it's kind of like mindless because you're just doing this. You just and it's so easy to do that because that's what I used to do, especially during my program, because I was doing a lot of heavy, intense studying. I would want to do things where I didn't have to think. And so what do? You scroll.
Yep.
You got to scroll.
Access. Oh, and don't find something juicy that you got to call somebody about. Like, girl,
did you see this?
Such and such do this. Why did she wear that?
Let me tell you something. I can find it. If you want to know something about somebody, let me know their name. I can find it. I'm telling you. I can find it. I'll find everything and know everything within an hour. I'm telling you. And so, yeah, but that's not good. Oh, that's not a good thing to do.
You gotta learn to let it go, Sarah. You about to be a whole married woman out here.
I gotta let it go. Can't be helping it. I can help my sister girls out. My sister friends. Hey girls. Got some questions? Hit me up. I'll help you find them. And they won't even know. I can help you find out.
Shaking my head. But oh well. Speaking of marriage, me and the missus just celebrated 2 years of marital bliss.
Congratulations.
So, thanks. We out here in this thing making some moves. So yeah, trying to be blessed right now. I will say, I am happy with where we are at. I think I know we have to really throughout the years we've had conversations. We've been together for 4 years, of course, but it's so interesting. And I think people kind of feel like that person has to stay the same it's a misconception that this person has to stay the same forever and never like evolve or change or like suddenly they like avocado now. They like avocado toast now when you first got them, they hated avocado. Like there's no room for change here. And so I remember when maybe we first got together, she was more of a homebody and was very cool with just Netflix all day. I don't need to go out. Going out is cool and all, but not really. I just prefer to stay at home. Then I'd say about year 1 of marriage. So this is maybe our 2.5, 2.5, third year. So now we're in 3 going into 5. That's not married. Anyway, y'all get what I'm saying. Basically she was like, okay, I want to do stuff now. Netflix is cool, but I want to go do stuff now. To which my response was, okay, that's cool, but we ain't got no money right now. Because I was still in the midst of grad school. She was only working part-time, and we just didn't have it. So we had to negotiate. It was like, okay, maybe once a month. That's all your boy can do right now. Because if you ain't bringing no money and I ain't bringing no money, we can't go nowhere. We just, I ain't got it.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful, the evolution in just 4 years of us being together. That we've been, it's great. I think for us, I asked her, because I was listening to some today and said that, the most financially successful people, they plan out at least 10 years in advance. So for example, Uber was actually made in 2007, which was on the cusp of the recession. But they saw that the market was heading mobile, where everybody is going to be on their phones all the time. Social media is going to be jumping. We need to make a service that allows you to get into a car from your phone.
Yeah.
So they saw where the market was going. And because of that, they're successful now. They were ahead of the game before Lyft, before everybody else.
Yeah.
And so now I asked her, I said, okay, what do you want 2030 to look like? Here we are in 2020, but what do you want 2030 to look like so that we can not only start planning for that, but also making moves to make that a reality. So, but long-winded answer, but it's good right now.
Good. So I look forward to y'all. Congratulations.
The direction we're headed in.
And all that good stuff. I'm really happy for you. I still remember when y'all got engaged. I loved it. It's one of my favorite engagements I've seen of my friends.
We will not We will not speak of such things.
Of my friends that I've seen. And so I'm really happy for you guys. And congratulations on 2 years of wedded bliss and all that good stuff. Like all of my, like most of my friends, I can't say. I do have a lot of married friends, and so it's cool to like see you all hit like these milestones. Especially the ones whose weddings I was like, dang, it's been that long. Like, yeah, it's like y'all.
Yeah, your advisor was hating.
You said what?
Yeah, your advisor was hating.
Who?
Not letting you come to the wedding.
Oh my God.
Y'all, Sarah was so sad. She was so sad.
Because I first of all, that would have been my first time out of the country. And I was just excited because, I love y'all. And I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I get to go. And my wife's like, you got to get this done. You got to do this. And I'm like, really? Like, you just really. And see, that's one of the downfalls. So, like, there's some perks of grad school. But, like, one of the cons
perks of grad school. Ain't no perks. Is when you're done. That's the perk.
Yeah, that's the perk.
There ain't no perk.
One of the many downsides of grad school is just that, like, your level of commitment to certain things, and it's almost as if like you're basically signing your life over on certain things. And that was just one of the times where she just was not budging, and so because your life is pretty much in the hands of your advisors. Mm-hmm. And committee members, you have to do as you're told. The one thing they always used to say is just do it till you finish. Don't fight it. Just go until you're done. And then once you're done, then you can say what you want to say, do what you want to do. But until you get done, you gotta bite the bullet.
You're better than me.
You said I'm better than you. I know. Like, honestly, I didn't do any travel. Like, if it wasn't to like on a holiday, like Thanksgiving, and that was me going to Oklahoma City to see family. Like, I didn't do any. Like, I'm still surprised I was able to manage being in a wedding in the midst of that. It just so happened to be during like spring break. Like I didn't do any traveling until after I finished. And I have traveled since then. So I've gone on 2 cruises. I've gone out the country. Like I've been living my best travel life.
Better than me. I would have said, look, I ain't gonna be here this day. What you do is your business. As long as my dissertation is done, that's all that matters. As long as it's done, signed, sealed, turned in on time, you sent your edits. I've sent you back my edits. Man, me being here is not your problem.
I wish that was y'all got married during my comps. Y'all got married during comps, and oh my god, I thinking about it just makes me. I could not go back down that road. But I am happy for you guys. I saw the videos. I was excited to see the videos, the wedding videos, all of the videos. Mm-hmm. You guys look like y'all had an amazing time. It looked like it was really fun, and y'all just all the love. So I'm really excited for 2 years for y'all. Since y'all hit 2 years, I have to ask: have you all had the questions of when the kids come in from family?
You know,
I'm pretty sure that's the first thing they said.
You engaged. You got them during engagement. You know
what you're right. I'm pretty sure that's the first. There was probably like, happy anniversary. Where's the baby?
Right. It's like, all right, it's 2 years. What's going on here? It's 2 years. Yeah, everybody that is asked, y'all sign up to be babysitter. Everybody that's in the Bahamas, I'm like, y'all must be flying over to be babysitting.
Babies. Yeah.
And be the diaper changer and volunteering, like making regular deposits in our bank account to go buy diapers and clothes and cribs and all that. That's why I'm like, bruh, just we good over here.
They probably want to know where the baby at.
Exactly.
Where the baby at?
Exactly. There's all right. It's been 2 years. What's going on here?
Trust me, I've seen other people, like other married couples who've like hit like that 2-year mark. I've like seen like the way like people have like kind of slid it in on the slide, like
they ain't sliding no more.
No, they're not sliding.
They up front. No, where is the baby? Where is my niece or nephew? You ain't related to me.
They want to know where these kids are. You don't have a bunch of social media aunties and uncles, because when people have babies, everybody want to know. But they'll never be giving no baby shower gifts.
Don't never be giving no baby shower gifts. Y'all don't buy no diaper. Y'all don't offer the babysit. Y'all ain't contributing to this baby except for a social media like.
They just want to see.
What can I do with that? I can't buy no milk with that like.
That's all they gonna do. They gonna like y'all baby pictures. Be like, oh, look at my little niece. Okay, where the niece money?
That's all I'm saying.
Where is the money, people? But yeah, no, I had to ask because I just was positive that somebody like asked y'all. Like, okay,
everybody from the father-in-law to people
everybody
to somebody she was on the phone with tonight.
Asked about a baby, really? Yes. That's so funny. It's funny, like we were Ken's mom had FaceTime and his niece was over there, and I think he like asked her a question about something, and she was like, well, I'm saving all Abby stuff for my other grandbaby. And we was like, who's gonna have a baby? And she was like, well, y'all have one. I was like, oh, okay, girl. Like he was like, okay. He's like, no, like, you're gonna give our baby some new stuff, but we ain't got there yet.
Let me tell you something. You are what, 30? You just turned 30.
I just turned 30. He'll be 34 in October.
He turns 34. So that means when y'all get married, y'all be 31 and 35. Let me tell you what the expectation is for y'all. Honeymoon baby.
Let me tell you something.
You'll get pregnant immediately.
Let me tell you something.
Be blessed, be fruitful, and multiply. Immediately, God said, be fruitful and be multiplied. God, in the first commandment, I bless you. Go out, be fruitful and multiply. Have dominion. Everything.
The people, yeah, let me tell you something. Y'all not finna rush me in mine. Y'all gonna get this.
I'm telling you.
Y'all gonna get this baby when the baby come.
You know you're getting up there, Sarah. You know you only got so many.
I was getting it at 25.
You only got so many eggs left, Sarah.
I'm gonna tell these people, listen, let me say something. After the prime time to have a baby is 35, okay?
No. Prime time is 21.
Oh,
you late. You 30, you about to be 31.
You know. When I do tell people, I do tell them, I'll be like, well, you know, Janet Jackson had a baby at 50. They're like,
don't nobody care about Janet. Janet got Janet money. Don't nobody care about Janet. You ain't Janet. Where's this baby, Sarah?
Listen, let me say something. These people gonna get their baby when their baby come.
No.
But you know what? I already know.
2021, they wanted December. Merry Christmas to us. Merry Christmas to us.
They want the baby in December to be pregnant by December.
I'm saying if you is not pregnant by the end of 2021, it is a problem.
Jesus. Can we at least make it a year, Mary?
No. They don't care.
Can we
bring us the baby?
Can we get 365 days?
No. KJ now.
I'm gonna say, can y'all give us 365?
No.
If we can get 365, we gonna give y'all one.
No, they don't care. They want baby now. Because they wanted your family wanted it 5 years ago.
Let me tell you something, but you know what? I think my nephew is like holding it down. So I'm grateful he's here, because I promise you, if he was not here, Lord forbid, like I probably would have been getting it worse. But I think he's holding it down for right now. And so
how old is he?
He will be 3 in August.
Okay.
So he's still cute. He's in that cute potty training stage. He's active.
3 is the end of it. That's the end. They start talking at 4.
Oh, he's talking now.
Full sentences, talk. They got kids say the darndest things. That starts at age 3. Picks up 4, 5, 6.
Ooh, child.
Personalities start to set in.
Well, I'm putting this out there to my family and friends that are listening. Y'all gonna give us 365 days.
2 weeks. Let's go.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Honeymoon. All right, let's go. You move in. Consummate. Again and again.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna need, you know what? I'm doing a social media break when we get married. I'm gonna go off social media for a while. Cause I'll be like, y'all, we just got married. Like literally, like we just.
They don't care. They don't care.
Yeah. I'm going to break. I'm going to break.
Mm-mm.
I see that in my near future. I see that in the future. I'm going to break from the people who asked me about a baby once we get married. I'm like, we ain't
even got a venue yet. Y'all talking about baby.
Right, like that. We ain't even, you know, give us a minute, people. I promise you, everybody, we will give y'all 1. Maybe 2. We'll give y'all 2. We'll try to get y'all 2 out of the bunch. We're gonna give. We will have some time. Just hold your horses.
They don't care. They want the horses is at the ready.
They just need to hold their horses. I don't know why people trying to rush people to have babies.
Because that's the societal norm, but we're not gonna get into that. That's a whole nother podcast topic.
Oh, that is another podcast topic. So, but you know, it is what it is. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be good.
It is gonna be all right. Well, I think we should go ahead and call it there.
Yes,
Sarah, did y'all extend the ACT thing?
Just this Friday. So for those people that are listening, our free ACT registration, the last day is the 24th, which is in 2 days. It's completely free. It's open to any students, no matter where you are. Found out today we have somebody in Canada who has signed up.
All right.
But it is open. We have space. You can go online. If you follow myself in camp, we both have posted the flyer with the link. Mm-hmm. So please register, parents. This is a great way to keep your kids busy and make sure that they are well prepared for the ACT once the ACT gets back kicking. My understanding is that, and I don't know if this is going to change, they are still on board for the June 8th ACT, I think it's June, whatever the June date. That one is still being planned to go forth, and I think that's the last one until the school year starts. And then after that, it's August, September, December, I think. So you still have time, parents, friends, brothers, sisters, whoever.
So basically what she's saying is, for you seniors who really have struggled with the ACT, this is your last chance to get some scholarship money by getting that last little boost to your ACT score. June, you can get a head start on your scholarship offers if you take this class and then get a boost to your score.
Because many, I don't know if people know this, but for our juniors, who would be rising seniors, many of the deadlines for some of these major scholarships are in September, August, September. The Gates Millennial Scholarship, which is probably one of the biggest that you can get, that deadline's like August, September. So this is the time to get this in and get this rolling, so you will be prepared.
Mm-hmm. So get to it, people. Get on your stuff. I'm still doing lives every Wednesday and Saturday on my Facebook page, Cameron Lovelace, or you can say at that guy K Love and it'll come up. I just did one tonight, right before this. That's why we're getting to this so late. Drop some fire information for y'all, but tangible information that you guys can use. But I don't have any announcements outside of that. Is that all the announcements?
Yeah, that's how they know. Oh, I do have one more announcement. My job also is doing a creative writing contest. This is open to all 9th through 12th graders. If you know somebody who really enjoys writing, it's different categories. If you follow me, Sarah Leanne Benson on Facebook, at Sarah Leanne Benson on Facebook, the flyer is on there. I think first place is like $100. And
$100,000,
$100, which is a lot of money for a kid. But that is open. And so if you know somebody, if you know a 9th, 11th, 10th, 11th, 12th grader who enjoys writing, please, please, please submit to this contest.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right. I think we're going to wrap it up there. Hope you guys enjoyed this lighter episode of the podcast. We talked a lot about what we've been watching.
Because it's still lockdown.
Right. But if you love this episode, go give us 5 stars on iTunes, share this with a friend, and we will see you next week.
All right, bye y'all.